It was supposed to be a simple screen replacement. Then the channel changed, and I ended up in tracking hell. But here's how I clawed my way out. Hey everyone, Nate here. I was working on a project recently where I wanted to have the frame start out as 16 by 9, and as the camera pulls back, I wanted it to fill up a 4 by 3 CRT TV monitor. Now that footage isn't technically mine, so I'm not able to show you that exact shot, but I've done my best to recreate the shot for this video, which is what you saw in the intro. Now the main obstacles were that I was not able to put a green screen on the CRT TV, so I cut up some post-it notes and stuck them in the corners. And I thought that was going to do the trick, that I would be good, and that I would be the mayor of motion tracking town. It just got all wonky. Over and over and over and over again. I looked up all of the screen replacement tutorials on YouTube. I'm sure of it. And I kind of ended up with a combination of some of those. Now before we jump over to the computer, just know that I plan on doing a lot more filmmaking tutorials, movie reviews, and some behind the scenes on some short films that I've been working on. So do hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out as I try to grow my channel. Welcome into the war room. Let's dive into After Effects. So once you have that open, you're gonna drag in the footage that you want to track. Bring it down here to your timeline. There you go. There's the TV. You got your tracking points with the post-it notes right here in the corners, all nice and snug. Originally, I thought I could just maybe mask out this screen and After Effects would be able to utilize all of these tracking markers and track the mask, but that wasn't the case. So I had to go through Mocha, which I'm definitely not well versed in. But first, before we do that, we're going to need to create a solid. So go and create a new solid. This is a very important step. So this is going to be your green screen. So we don't have a practical green screen. We're basically creating a digital green screen. Okay, so you can hide that for now. Once you have your footage and your green screen there, go ahead and look for Mocha in your effects panel, drag it to the footage you want to track, and open Mocha. Okay, so we're in Mocha now. I had the most luck with this shot tracking backwards, but obviously every instance is going to be different. The thing that really complicated this in hindsight was having the camera physically pull back. I could have maybe accomplished the same effect if I had just maybe done some keyframing or done a digital zoom, but I was really trying to push my limits here. So let's get into this. So go ahead and make sure you're on the last frame of the footage that you're tracking. And I found it did better when I gave it a wide berth here with the X-Spline tool. Just went around the outside of the TV like so. And there you go. Make sure you click perspective, and if you're happy with that, go ahead and let it do its thing and track it backwards. And now we wait. Actually, I'm just gonna cut ahead on this part. So, all right, and we're done tracking. So once it's done tracking in Mocha, this is a very important part. You've got to tell your corner pins where you want them to stick. So you got to go to this little blue S box right here. Now this is a step I've already done, but you have to take this and drag this blue box into the corners so it will know where to stick your green screen. And here's a little Mocha tip that I found again on my journey through all of the YouTube tutorials. If you click this little magnifying glass right here with your little blue box, it shows up there magnified in the corner, and you can better place where the corner pin is. So fun times there. Just thought I'd pass that little tip along. And as you can see, the blue box is pretty sturdy on there. And you can check the track with this grid, and it seems to be sticking well. There's going to be a problem here at the beginning of the footage when the tracking markers go out of frame, but again, we're gonna have to make some adjustments to this as we go. That was different from the project I was working on, the original project I was working on. I didn't have to do much masking after the track, but again, every project is gonna be different. I just did my best to recreate the issue that I was running into. So if you're satisfied with your track, go ahead and just click Save and then close Mocha. We're back in After Effects, and this is where the magic starts to happen. First, you're going to want to create track data and select layer 1. Now, layer 1 references the layer in Mocha, not the layer in After Effects. Fun fact. Click OK, and you can go ahead and turn on your green screen layer. Why not? Have a fun time. You're going to want to select corner pin support motion blur, and then export to your green screen layer. Ta-da! And there you have it. So there you see, if you scrub from the end to the beginning, your green screen is sticking right to those corners. It's looking pretty good, except for right here at the beginning. Again, didn't really have this problem in the original project I was working on, so how I countered this was I just started to mask those few frames. A little bit of time spent rotoscoping there, but that is the price we pay for cool effects. Now that you have your green screen tracked to your footage, you're going to want to pre-comp both of these layers. We'll just call this TV track. Bada bing, bada boom. Once you've pre-comped those layers, go ahead and find Key Light in After Effects, and green is providing a nice contrast there, so we should get a pretty good key. And there you go. Are you picking up what I'm putting down now? How do you like them apples? Of course, it's not a great preview there, but yeah. Yep. Pretty cool, right? So basically creating a digital green screen instead of a practical green screen, which would have been more ideal in hindsight. But again, this TV wasn't made for things like that. Now you could, in theory, do this whole effect in After Effects, but I went ahead and switched over to Premiere because I just know that a little bit better. When you go to export, be sure to change the output mode to lossless with alpha, and then render. Now in Premiere, you're going to start building the final shot. As you can see, here is the TV footage. Nice black void there, but we can put anything we want under the screen, and we can move it around and adjust it and make all kinds of fun stuff. Whatever we want, we can put on this screen now. Congratulations, you've clawed your way out of tracking hell. Here's a side-by-side of the 4x3 footage. So on the left is the original shot framing, and on the right is the crop in on the 16:9. I used a GH5s for all my shots. They're in 4K, and you have a lot of room to play with now. So yeah, basically you just slide in whatever footage you want on the screen under the screen layer and adjust as needed with some keyframes and some scaling and all that fun stuff. I found this effect worked better with a little bit of motion, so I did add some motion into this 4x3 shot that I did use a tripod for out on my front porch. And that's basically how I did this screen replacement hack. Now to dress this up and have some more fun with it, I did add some VHS effects, and you can find those all over the internet, so be sure to search for those. And yeah, pretty simple in the grand scheme of things, but it took me a long time to arrive at this conclusion, so I wanted to share how I did this with everyone and use it as a reminder for myself in the future if I ever need to pull this trick out of the hat once again. Let's take a look at the final shot one more time.
It was supposed to be a simple screen replacement. Then the channel changed, and I ended up in tracking hell. But here's how I clawed my way out.
I hope you enjoyed that. Mocha and advanced camera tracking is something I'm getting a lot more familiar with lately. I don't have a ton of experience in it. So if you have any more tips and tricks that might help me out in the future, be sure to leave a comment. That's going to do it for this one. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, share this with your friends. Thank you very much for watching.